What's up, Cardfighters? Clark here from Vanguard Central, coming at you with an updated Chaos Breaker Dragon deck profile.
Stand up, Vanguard!
Alright, so our starter for the deck is Involution Starvator Carbon. So you put him into the soul when your opponent has a locked card, and you can search for any grade 1 that you need. So Carbon's really good. It gives you that early game advantage when you grab a Limit Break Enabler, or you can grab Bolt Line or Palladium to give you more Omega Locks or Insta Locks, anything you need. Carbon's just like another colony maker, except they're your starter. Our grade 1 starting off is Eclipse, Starvator Charcoal, 2 Limit Break Enablers, just to net more advantage early with CBD's Limit Break, or to activate Chaos Bringer. Next we have 3 Turmoil, Starvator Zinc. I only find myself really zinking once or twice because, if you're managing your counterblast well, the deck does its job fully. And we just need to fill soul that many amount of times just because we're prone to deck out with CBD. Next we have 3 Starvator Volt Line. To boost and get an Omega Lock when we need. I could play around with the numbers here with the ones just to fit a Palladium and maybe 1 Volt Line, but for now Volt Line just does its job, making opponents have to guard. Then we have 2 Destiny Dealer just for extra stride, and then 4 Flowers in Vacuum Cosmo Wreath for our extra unflips that we don't have to rely on Zinc for. Onto our grade 2s, we have 3 Starvator Colony Maker, basically the sword me of Blink Joker, to net us, filter out a card, a 1, or a Paradigm Shift Dragon, just in case we need those at any moment. Next we have 4 Disorder Starvator Iron. He's a 11k attacker when you're on Chaos, and he is basically a Photon, except he costs 1 CV, so it's not that bad. At least you have 8 insta-lockers as long as you have 1 lock card on the field, so you're locking every turn, and as long as he is in a column by himself, it's okay, so you don't need to, not forced to play more from your hand to make numbers. Next we have 4 Companion Starvator Photon for the extra insta-lock. He's basically free, and just the consistency of Photon and Iron is really good in the deck. Onto our grade 3s, we run 2 Starvator Garnet Star Dragon. So when he legions, you get a triangle lock. 1 unit in the front, 1 unit in the back. But Garnet Star just is mainly in here for super late game, and because Legion is very viable now just to get more triggers back into deck. So Garnet Star is there for the scarce long game and decking out. Then we run 2 Starvator Chaos Bringer. He does lock a unit on ride, so that's always handy. And then we have 4 Starvator Chaos Breaker Dragon, main boss of the deck, super cool looking guy, but mainly we want to use his skills that when he Soul Blasts, when your opponent's rear is unlocked at their end phase, you're able to retire that unit and draw. So it's basically you're plussing off having your opponent get locked out of the game, which is really good and beneficial. And his skill to lock is an activate, so you can lock at any time. It's just that we want to make use of that early game with Chaos and the Limit Break Enabler to plus more to our hand. Onto our triggers, we do run 4 heals. See, they're all different arts basically. And then we run a very aggressive lineup in 12 crit. 4 of the crits being Paradigm Shift Dragon and 1 cool looking Spark Doll, but we want Paradigm Shift just so we can send a trigger back in case we need to lock an extra back row. So as long as that crit trigger keeps floating, we'll have decent columns towards late game. Onto our strides, we run 1 Seabreeze, then we run 4 Death Starvator Chaos Universe. Really good. You can force your opponent to drop a card from their hand, place it on the field, so you'll always have a locked unit. And then his GB2 effect is really good because when your opponent puts down a locked card, you can just lock another rear for basically free. So that's really good. If you get Seabreeze off early, then Chaos Universe has the GB2. It's just you're locking your opponent out and they're losing a ton of advantage at that point. Then for the mirror match, I run 2 Genesis Dragon Amnesty Messiah, but I felt that doing it once in the mirror match isn't enough sometimes, so having that extra unlock is really beneficial to me. And then we run 1 Genesis Dragon Judgment Messiah for that on-hit pressure in case we're not given any counterblast to have much fun or use Universe to plus off. We just want to use Judgment Messiah to add some on-hit pressure. And then lastly we have 4 Nebula, Big Crunch Dragon, for that consistent Omega lock, basically. I mean, it's super good now because you can have 4 universe for Big Crunch, so the greed is real in CBD now. Just targeting an entire column and Omega locking your opponent out for basically 2 turns is really, really good. And then lastly, our G Guardians. I have 2. Death Star Vader, Demon Maxwell, really, really bad card for Star Vader. They should have just made it like Messiah, really, just because the skill is to lock, when it's placed on Guardian Circle, you lock one of your own units, and then it gives it plus 5k. I mean, I can see some like decent plays that you can make with Amnesty Messiah if you know your opponent doesn't have a PG. Otherwise, Maxwell is just terrible. Hopefully, Link Joker does get a better G Guardian in the future. Then I run 1 Dark Element Dismal, or the resist, like DP matchup, or anything like that. I have Kagero that'll attack my rears. I can just use Dismal to shut them down. And then 1 Metal Element Screw, that extra 10k shield that I could use because CBD does plus a lot. Thank you guys for watching the deck profile. If you have any comments, leave them down in the comment section below, of course, or email us. Anything you think will make the CBD deck more efficient or better than what it is, let us know. Otherwise, Vanguard Central out.